Okay guys, it's time for a quick book review, and we're gonna talk about My Date with an Ampersand by Nicole Parker, a new to me author. Now, let's discuss for a moment. Why did I read a Sentient Object book? Well, because I was curious. I see all the people on BookTube talk about it, like Read, Rant, View, Natalie, Megan, the Weirdo Book Club, all this kind of stuff, right? So I was like, alright, I'm down with it. I'm okay with it. Let's see what it is. It's a whole thing. Now, note, I read, when I had just Deconstructing Damsels, I read Kissing the Coronavirus. So this is not entirely new to me. But it's been a hot minute since I tried one. Y'all, this book was wild, and I will get to it in a second. But first, I want to give you the description. Faced with yet another late night at the library, Graphmatics student Gwen Latari is at her wit's end. For months, she's been researching the mystery of the Ampersand to no avail. But she's not the only one hiding in the stack. Sandy has been watching Gwen from the shadows, fostering an obsession with beautiful. No one has ever cared for Sandy since she was announced in the letter almost 200 years ago. So when she accidentally reveals herself to Gwen, she shoots her shot. After a very hot study session, Gwen discovers there is a more sinister side to Sandy's history than what's written in the history book. When the harsh reality of discrimination puts Sandy in danger, Gwen refuses to let her stand alone. Can the two of them really take on 26 adversaries and live telltale? So this part of a holiday sentient object series, where things like you got rubber ducks, something about like a bath, I don't know. It's just wild, and I'm kind of glad I read it, but I got really creeped out at the same time. I was definitely amused, we'll put it that way. I don't know if I'd read another one. I love having fun pages, so it's very short. I'm not going to do a beat by beat breakdown like Haley or, Natalie, but I am going to at least talk about some of what my feelings about the book were, okay? So, I honestly don't know what I read. It was crazy, but I enjoyed it. So, Gwen is this very studious, her big project talking about Ampersand and how it lost letter status, and in it, she's also an exhibitionist. She loves people, getting off, the idea of her getting off, so to speak, and she's like, we need something to think about, to be happy with. So, after talking to her friend, she decided to enjoy her moment in the library, we'll say, and Sandy is in the stack, and she's kind of peeking around. And I had so many questions about this. First of all, I don't know. They had hot, steamy scenes with an Ampersand. For me, personally, this is very weird. Because it's somewhere between, the lady M&M characters meets the letter people. Do you remember the letter people? I'm going to put them right here.
I'm Mr. H.
Do you see why I'm confused? I don't know. And then they start talking about the sex scenes. And it's like, Gwen is, I don't know. I get the feeling she's like a hot chair and beats an anime girl. But anyway, moving on. So, Ampersand has an opening and petals fall out. But do you know the kind of petals I saw? I saw the petals from the creepy Kinderstad character from season 2 of Buffy with the eyes and the look you can see, okay? I don't think that wasn't sex, so I'm very confused, but hey. And apparently, you can put things up, and the Ampersand can get very excited and release. Apparently this is how sentient letters make letters. I don't know, don't ask me. I was very baffled by this. So, then you have all this stuff where it's the miscommunication, will they, won't they, will they, won't they. And of course they have sex 15 different times, and I'm just like, but how? Okay. And then Sandy, Ampersand, Sandy puts one of her digits in, she used it to penetrate I don't know. Look, I'm not going to get about the hot spice because the hot spice would get me taken off YouTube, but it's there. So, then Sandy's like,
oh, I'm still processing.
I have to go talk to the other letters because I need no more, right? Okay, sure, why not? Hi, Marguerite. So then she does that, and there's this big fight, and it involves I don't know. Gwen's friend brings a dildo to a letter fight. I don't know what. Okay. Whatever floats anybody's boat. And then they get together and everybody lives happily ever after. But I just don't know. My mind was very, very, very confused, okay? But I was amused. I definitely found it to be entertaining. It took me half hour to read or less. And for me, that's kind of a fun little reset because I put it off. I want to do something fun and special throughout this month, and I figured that would do it. I got nothing for you. I gave this book 4 stars because it literally kept me that entertained. I'm not a spice girl, so 20 pages of this had nothing to do with me. But it was just such a fun little image. And again, I just kept seeing the letter people that I grew up with. Those of us in the 80s know who the letter people were, because they were little, Muppet puppet things that walked around and they talked, and I don't know, but that's who they were. Except this one apparently is voluptuous. I got enough for you. I just was amused. And I wanted to put it out there that sometimes Sentient Object romance and erotica is even weirder than you expect. Because again, they have a rubber ducky one. I'm not going to read it because I think I'm done with it for a little bit. But maybe in January I will read it because this is amusing. Also, like, there's only a couple different ways the rubber ducky can be used, so I'm very curious about this. Because as we know, Kaylee over at Read Rant Review had the whole fork series. And for Thanksgiving, Natalie Megan had the deviled Eggman. I will link those. I was just so amused. I want you guys to be amused too. So, I'm going to go now because it's a very long video for a very short book. But I will talk to you later and we'll discuss. Discuss below. What's the weirdest sentient object romance erotica thing you've read? Or why don't you? I don't know. Just put something in the comments because this is just baffling to me in the best way. Okay guys, you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. But mostly I just want you to comment, please. I want to know more. Okay? Cheers. Bye guys.